Shalom, brothers and sisters, and welcome to another exciting edition of The Hidden Truth. I'm Priest Ahawam Mayam, and with me today is Priest Kazakia.
Shalom, Israel.
We got Priest and Reader Quatzazap Ash.
Shalom.
All right, and today, you've seen our shows before. We come on every Tuesday night, 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. You can come and join us for class. Everything's on the screen there. Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., and Saturday from 8 to 11 p.m., or 8 to 11 a.m., excuse me. We also have the cable show that we put on YouTube, so you can watch these shows rebroadcast on YouTube with added scriptures under Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. We encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to these videos with your friends, with your family, and get this truth out to the rest of the world. We want to say shalom to the brothers that's doing it in San Antonio, Banabad, Sham Shawan, Warren Iyer, and who'd I miss?
Yeah, Yeshaya.
Yeah, right. And Priest Yeshaya and High Priest Yeshaya out in New York. Also, the brother in Guatemala, Kawakab.
Right.
I want to say shalom to y'all brothers.
Shalom. And shalom to all the camps. You know, you got a lot of those brothers, man, that showed up to the summit.
Right,
you know what
right.
I mean? So we want to say shalom to y'all. And may the Most High bless every brother and sister that's, you know what I mean, in the right state of mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bless them and bless their school, you know? So,
yeah. Today's show, we're going to be doing basically a lyrical breakdown, right? We're going to break down,
we're gonna talk about the lyrics or the music industry, but really going and showing how it affects us, you know? So we titled this one Scraping the Lyrics, because that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through these lyrics and speak about and read how these lyrics literally and what they talk about. You know, a lot of people, you know, we'll throw it up here also, but you know that spin me right round, spin me right round.
Right.
You know, they were interviewing some white folks, and the white moms were like, I never knew it meant that. I never, you know, because we listen to music, we watch TV, we, you know, do a lot of things just robotically,
right.
and don't know how they affect us psychologically.
Yeah.
They don't know. We don't know how it affects our children psychologically.
Oh, I mean, some videos I was watching to make the whole nation just retarded. It's like the guy walks up to somebody with 10 ounces of silver in one hand,
Right.
and a stack of Hershey bars in his other hand, and every one of the people picked a Hershey bar. Because he was saying, oh, yeah, I got this piece of, 10-ounce piece of tarnished silver here, or you can have this fresh, cold Hershey bar that I just pulled out of the refrigerator.
Wow.
And all these idiots was asking for the Hershey bar. Because why? Because you watch a commercial, the media is programming you.
Right.
And you're so stuck on, you don't see commercials for silver.
Right.
You don't see commercials for gold and
Right.
things like that. So
Right.
what do? I go for what I've been programmed to pick out.
Absolutely. Wow.
Every single one.
Yeah, we definitely have to throw that up there. But, dealing with this topic, it's something we have to really acknowledge, because it's programming our kids. It's programming a lot of fights, arguments, and things that go on in the household.
Right.
It goes back to the TV. I'm watching, The Housewives.
Right.
I'm watching soap operas. And I guess today the soap operas are the reality TV. Those are the soap operas. Look in every aspect, in every light, how they put the black man, the black woman, and the children.
Right.
It's all psychological, and it has an influence on us.
Right.
But today we're going to find out a lot of things about these lyrics. I want to go directly into it. Let me hit that Ephesians 6, verse 12.
Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12.
Yes, sir.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
And this is the most basic scripture that us as Israelites understand. And a lot of brothers and sisters and Christians have to see this. Everything that we're being attacked by is not by flesh and blood.
Right.
Everything that's coming against us is spiritual. And we're gonna look up the word spiritual, but I want you to read that one more time.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Yeah, it's not about the flesh and blood. So, when you get pulled out of your car by an officer, understand, he is flesh and blood, but you're wrestling against his mind,
Right.
his thoughts, his feelings, his emotions, how he reacts, and if he's an animal in his brain, if he just had a fight with his girlfriend, his wife just left him, or his boyfriend just left him, right? This is what we're wrestling against.
Right.
You know, somebody cut you off in the street, they might have just been through the same thing. I got fired from my job. So now it's not the individual, it's the thoughts and the demons, which is going to be our next show, they let take over their mind.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Right. But against principalities.
Right, and this is, look at how the scriptures is bringing out. Yes, it's bringing out very exquisitely. And speaking of these high echelon, and when you go into the Illuminati and we go into this topic, we're going to find out this is just beyond Chris Brown. This is beyond Rihanna.
Right.
This is, it was set up beyond that mentally, further back. Further 20, 30, 40, 50 years back, why we, didn't suspect anything, these concepts and things they use was planned to be used on us.
Right. And it's interesting because a lot of times, like just a few years back with the Bus Rhymes video,
Right.
You found out that that the lyrics and the things he was saying was actually from a commercial back in the 80s.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That this is serious, that we can make you delirious. It was
Right.
a drug commercial.
Right.
That for the kids not to take drugs.
Right.
But what they found out was, okay, we've been programming the kids, and that got them on, okay, let's not deal with drugs, or let's go into more drugs. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
So we found out that using that jingle and using that rhyme scheme, that got into their brain.
And that's what we're going to find out going into today.
Right.
That hip hop is a demonic force.
Right.
Rap music is demonic as hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing spiritual about it. It's nothing moving about it. It's really tapping into the left-hand side. It's tapping into Satan.
Right. If I could add, just
Yeah.
mainstream hip hop.
Right, mainstream hip hop.
'cause,
Mainstream hip hop.
Yeah.
But when you look at it now, what is everybody listening to? You're not listening to the average backpack rapper what's the one Issachar brother from New York? He's a conscious rapper. Once again, you guys don't know, right?
I forget his name, but I know.
You guys
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
because it's not mainstream and nobody's really listening to that.
Right.
So we wrestle against principalities. And this is the first and foremost thing people have to understand, that any battle we go in, it's not this physical thing. You're not going to have to get guns. They set up slavery to attack your mind now. They don't have to put chains on you because they put chains on your mind. And how was it done? Through the high principalities. Go ahead.
Against powers.
Right.
Against the rulers of darkness.
Right. And it sounds like a scary movie, but it is true. The dark rulers, the ones, that sat down and thought of these plans to captivate and control the minds of the people.
Right.
It's true. Go ahead.
Against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Yeah, this world. See, what people don't understand, that this music is of this world. The music that we're going to find out in the scriptures, it wasn't of this world. You understand? We were tapped more into really connecting with the Most High.
Right.
But the music that's played today is of this world.
Right.
Just
That's all they speak about.
how do we know? Well, how do we know? He's going to tell us. What are they talking about? Right? Go ahead.
Against spiritual wickedness.
Against physical.
Spiritual.
Against the flesh.
Spiritual.
Right? Against spiritual. Now, this is the definition of spiritual, and you brothers and sisters can look it up. It says, or relating to, affecting the human spirit or soul. Now, when they tap into this music, it's affecting our spirit and our soul.
Right.
And this is what we're going to find out, as opposed to material or physical. So when it speaks of spiritual, once again, you're not fighting or arguing with your wife. You're arguing with the thoughts that's been put in your wife, TV, radio, media, grandmama, right? Every other ideal has attacked her mind. Right? Tonight, we're going to be talking about this music that has attacked our people's mind. Go ahead.
Against spiritual wickedness.
Right. So it says spiritual. It says affecting the human spirit or soul, as opposed to material or physical things. it says intangible. Intangible. So it can't be touched.
Right.
So, and that's what we're going to find out. This whole attack is in your mind. They don't have to chain you up no more. Why? Because they got simple Negroes, simple Mexicans and Haitians and Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Israelites following off of the programming.
Right. They can hear it in the club and just, oh, okay, if they play crunk music in the club, I want to shoot somebody, I want to stab somebody, I want to elbow somebody in the face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
As soon as they play the slow music, I want to dance.
Right.
I want to grind on my woman. I want to go home, drink some Hennessy, and cuddle.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what they tap into, our taste. They tap into our hearing, our senses.
Yeah.
You know, and we went over the food, you know, and we've been over the media many of times. And, you know, but this music thing, a lot of people think, oh, it's harmless. You know what I mean? Rihanna, she's just singing about, you know, committing suicide. It's harmless. You know what I mean? That's not going to do anything to me. Except when you get in this emotional, depressed state.
Right.
Now, this music is going to tap and gear you in that mind. Right? So, go ahead, read on.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, and this is, it's once again, this is set up by these high echelon Illuminati for the peons, for the brothers and sisters that think none of it and that go around walking in darkness and not paying attention to what, first of all, the Most High, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, already told us that this is going to be your battle. You understand?
All right.
Your lust, your pride, your doubt, your anger, right, all comes from within. It comes from your mind, right? So this is what we're understanding here. And they mastered the attack on you.
Right.
They mastered the attack on you.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they sit back and the machine is already built. They don't got to keep doing nothing. All they got to do is just let the average, listen to this, let the average 16-year-old Justin Bieber get on YouTube and what? Play what's already in their mind. And you're thinking, well, the Illuminati didn't write Justin Bieber's lyrics. They don't have to. They already created him.
Right.
They already created the mind state, and it's just you're going to yield the repercussions of that from these individuals, right? So you don't have to sit there and the devil doesn't have to come down and the Illuminati doesn't have to come in your living room. You are already the product of the Illuminati.
Right.
You're the product of your environment. So, you know, going here, I just wanted to show brothers and sisters, first and foremost, what battle we're dealing with. We're dealing with a spiritual battle, and they're attacking your mind. 2 Corinthians 10, verse 3. Once again, to establish what type of battle we're dealing in. And we're going to get into this music thing. Check this out. Go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For though we walk in the flesh.
Yes, because we are fleshly. And this escapes a lot of people because they don't have the knowledge of the scriptures. This escapes you. You don't really understand what you're dealing with. You know, everybody wants to talk about the Illuminati and talk about wickedness, but you won't go to the source to dissolve the thought process, to break down those lies. That source is the knowledge. You're still going to other sources, and you don't even know how to fight this spiritual battle. There's only one book on this earth that can destroy this battle and conquer in this battle. Right. And Christ said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. See, and that's what we have to come back and understand. Go ahead.
For though we walk in the flesh,
right,
we do not war after the flesh.
This is a what?
War after the flesh.
This is a what?
War after the flesh.
And they have us. They have us that are blinded. They have our people, man. They're in a war, and they're winning.
Yeah.
They're winning, man. Look at our kids.
Easy.
Look at how many Lil Wayne clones there are. Right. Everybody wants to have dreads. You didn't want to have dreads until Lil Wayne came about. Oh, if you say, oh, that's ridiculous, I've had dreads. Okay, well, what about the beard? First of all, the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, are the only one as men has carried their beard.
Right.
Right? But until Rick Ross came, now everybody wants to have a bald head and a beard.
Right.
Right? See, they don't understand this war of the flesh. And you're a clone.
if you don't believe, all you got to do is raise a child.
Right.
Try teaching them math without playing a little jingle. You know what I mean? Sit them down and see how many months it takes for them to get numbers and letters.
There you go.
Without playing the jingles. Then go and sit them down, have them in the backseat of your car while you're playing that BS music you play.
Right.
Let them listen to your hip hop song and see how fast they're able to recite the lyrics to "I've been drinking watermelon," and you know what I mean. And you be listen to your little innocent child start spitting some stuff that Beyonce is talking about fellaciating a man, and they don't even understand what they're saying, but they know how to recite it verbatim before some of them before they even know how to make complete sentences in English. You'll see it that this is not a physical battle you're fighting. That these cats, these powers that be, they done set this stuff through the music to program your kids, man, to program your babies and program you. You'll see it. Yeah, it's point blank and easy because
that's on point.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I looked at it when I was teaching my kid. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, so if I teach him a
jingle,
if I teach him the books of the Bible set to the tune of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, he's gonna get that.
Right.
But if I teach him math and all I'm doing is, look, 1 + 1 is 2, 1 + 1, it's gonna take forever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then he's sitting in the car with his mom one day, and all of a sudden he's coming back able to recite Sierra lyrics, or,
right.
You know what I mean, or something like that. It's
right.
Like, where did you learn that?
Right, but you don't know this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we're gonna come back to that point. We're gonna come right back to that point too, man.
Right.
That's a very powerful point. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
And that's the point. That we're not gonna go too deep into that, but they don't understand what our weapons are to fight against that.
Right.
And, plain out, it's denial. You got to deny it. You got to separate yourself from it. You got to cleanse yourself from it. The baptism, this is why baptism is not a physical thing. You got to wash out your brain. You know what I mean? It says you can't pour new wine into old bottles. You got to pour out that old wine, that old influence. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And this is what it takes. But a lot of people don't understand what's our weapons. This Bible.
Right.
This Bible is our weapon. See? But unfortunately, they've been taught lies and they like the lies. You know what I mean? And they say there's nothing wrong with it. Right. Until that man snaps and shoots somebody in the club. Or until that woman snaps and throws her kids over the bridge. Why? Because emotionally she can't handle it.
Right. And it's funny because you talk to people in the world and you tell them about the music. And they all of a sudden they know scriptures. It's not what goes into a person, but what comes out. Well, what they're doing right now is they're programming your output now.
Right.
They're not programming what goes in you. They're trying to program what comes out of you now.
Yes, sir.
And that's what they've always been trying to do. That's why TV went from television shows to television programs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Radio shows went to radio programming.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they're programming you through these media devices. Right. And they want your output to match what's coming in.
And most of all, the kids.
Yeah.
A lot of these points we're hitting on right now, a lot of people that are grown, they've been through it, you know what I mean? And they have to battle that.
Right.
But how much more are your kids going to be given to that? Like you said, listening to Beyonce talk about topping somebody off, or listen to Sierra. We're gonna do this show, and we're gonna be going through different lyrics. Tonight, we're gonna be touching on Chris Brown.
Right.
But next show, we're going to be touching on Beyonce, and then we'll go forth and on, because what are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sit down and scrape through these lyrics and figure out what are they really talking about.
Right.
Go to Wisdom of Solomon 9, verse 14. So, and the reason why we're going here is we have to ask ourselves this, brothers and sisters. If you're a writer or a musician, right? Let's say Chris Brown, he's a writer. And he's a writer, he's a producer, right? He writes his own music. What do I have to do to get these lyrics? First of all, it's easy, because in your environment, a lot of young hip-hop, a lot of young R&B brothers and sisters, they write about their environment. Mm-hmm. Well, let's learn some about these individuals' environment. It's obvious what they're going to write of. I just gave it away, right? What are they going to write about? I gave it away.
Right.
They're going to write about what they've been around, right? Now, check this out. Read Wisdom of Solomon 9, verse 14.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable.
So I'm writing down, if I'm Chris Brown, I'm writing down what?
The thoughts of mortal men
Go ahead.
are miserable.
I'm writing down my misery.
Right.
I'm writing down. You listen to these hip hop and R&B singers. They're not writing down, they're rejoicing or praising the Most High or locking into Christ and righteousness.
Right.
They're writing down their misery. And that's what we're gonna find out when we go into these lyrics. They're not writing down things, man, that are righteous, because even a man with wisdom understands this, that we're mortal, and we're in this fleshly body. And if you don't have a hold of that and you don't have your weapons next to you, then the misery of this world will weigh you down.
Right. Yeah.
The carnality of this world will weigh you down.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally, you're going to read into it.
Yeah.
You see that word depression in there if you're listening close.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Go ahead, read it one more time.
For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable.
Right.
And our devices are but uncertain.
Yeah, see, now I'm writing down what I'm going through in my life, right? Yeah. It is not coming from a spiritual place, a place of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Right.
See, it's not coming from that place. I'm going to write down what's in me.
Right. My perspective.
My perspective, right? And that's what you understand. The Illuminati doesn't have to sit there with Chris Brown. He's already a demon.
Right.
Why? Because those demons are taking over his mind. Most of them, like Lil Wayne, they what? I got to get high. I got to get blowed. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the, nigga, we go murk, nigga. Then I'm going to play with the tones, the sounds, right? See, when you tap into these sounds and the tones, this is where now it's psychologically affecting your whole body.
Right. For his level, he's sitting there trying to, misery loves company. He's trying to get you on his level. That's where the blues came out. Why? They killed my whole family. I'm in a cotton field. I'm playing. I found a guitar. I'm playing it, and I'm singing about what crap I know. And misery loves company. So he's giving you his misery already.
Right.
Then the powers above him are sitting there playing with the equalizer, and they're playing with the boards.
Right.
And they're making it the frequency change.
There you go.
Now your brain is accepting all these miserable words he's saying.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Check this out. Read on. Verse 15.
Verse 15. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul.
See, now, this is why, and you don't have to do it. I'll read it. It's just back in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. Right. See, what we're dealing with now is like the body, the carnal, going against the spirit.
Right.
And this is a battle that Paul told us about. See, and this is, brothers and sisters, this is not religion. Yeah. This is real.
Yeah.
And this is the Bible showing you that it's real. It deals with your psyche. It deals with your soul. Remember, these are thoughts. These are thoughts coming in, right? We call them spirits, right?
Yeah.
And because they're negative. You got negative thoughts, negative spirits, right?
And then if you're not armed, you're not ready for that.
You're not ready. Right.
Wow.
Now read that one more time, and I'm going to read this. Go ahead.
For the corruptible body presseth down the soul.
Right. Check this out. This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 5. Casting down imaginations.
Right.
So what do we got in us a lot? The carnal body, the carnal mind already has imaginations.
Right. A lot of thoughts.
It already has that. Right. Now, top that with wickedness.
Right.
Top that with drugs. Right. Top that with I was abused. Top that with Rihanna just left me.
Right.
Right? Top that on. Now I'm going to write down my anger, my hate, my resentment.
Right.
And I'm going to put it all on paper. And I'm going to make it sound good when I'm dancing like Michael Jackson. But it's filthy and it's entering in my mind and it's corrupting me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's
you on your day where your girl just left you and or she just cheated on you.
Right.
And you just went on the same exact frequency already as that man speaking.
There you go.
And then the tones behind him.
And then the tones behind it.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, read on.
And the earthly tabernacle.
So we're back in Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9 and 15.
Right.
And the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that museth upon many things.
Yeah, and the things we think about, the things we think about, if it's constantly bombarded with carnal, think about it. You're going to spew out carnal. And we're going to go into that. Check this out. Our next scripture is Matthew 15, verse 18. Hold on. Read on, though. Read on.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
And hardly do we guess aright.
Read that one more time.
And hardly do we guess aright.
So, I don't know how to make the decisions correctly.
Pick the wrong woman.
I picked the wrong woman. I move through emotions. I want to split somebody's head every time I feel like it. Right?
Now I got the money and the power to do it.
Now I got the money and the power to do it.
Right.
This is why you have these rappers that end up getting rich and going right back to jail. Why? Because you can take them out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of their brain.
That's how they're making their money, is by exhorting the things that they got from the hood. They're not talking about like how, man, I came up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not like if you won a lottery and then you start writing a song about you winning the lottery.
Right.
These cats is they made their living off of rapping about misery.
You know what? And I saw with the guy that you spin me right around with Flow Rider. Okay. I seen him do a little interview, and he was saying that, you know, I lived that life, so I don't want to sing about that. He's more of the dance music.
Right.
But even in that, what is his mind thinking about?
Right.
What is he promoting? Yeah. You know, he's promoting, now you got little kids singing about, you know, getting top in the whip. You know what I mean? That's what they're singing about, you know? Yeah. And because why? First of all, you have carnal-minded people writing down their thoughts. Right. You know, and what is going to come out? Well, we're going to find out. Go to Matthew 15, verse 18.
Yeah. And I got to say this, the sex was our most basic frequency.
Right.
That was the first commandment, be fruitful and multiply.
Right,
so that's the most basic frequency. So when they start tapping into that, you're not thinking on higher frequencies. You're not thinking of spiritual things like that. You're thinking on the most earthly, basic thing the animals do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're not thinking like a man. You're thinking like a beast.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're not up here. And then, like I said, you keep adding those tones and everything that they keep putting in there. Like if you deal with harp music, guitar music, piano music, 432 hertz. That's the stuff to put your mind on a thinking level.
Right.
A peaceful level, calm level. These cats are not putting 432 hertz in the music. They put those tones and stuff you hearing in the background where you just all of a sudden you just ready to tear something
up.
Nigga. Right. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not 432
Think about when you used to hear DMX. You just wanted to punch somebody in the face.
Yeah.
Why? Because his voice, his tone, the tones they're using.
Yeah. They send them frequencies and they're literally programming you onto a certain wavelength.
Yeah.
To just deal like a beast. You know what I mean? Keep having sex with everything. Don't worry about AIDS, gonorrhea, syphilis. Keep having sex. Keep killing your people. You know what I mean? Keep dealing on that low beastly frequency.
Listen, this goes to reggaeton.
Yeah.
This goes to all the Spanish music, our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters. Why? Why do you think these women, you have to sit in a corner and just cry? They really think that's part of them.
Yeah, that's
like, I'm a woman. I have to just cry for no reason.
Right.
I have to cry for no reason. No, you crying because all these things from your youth up, you hear some Mexican brother or sister, Puerto Rican brother or sister crying and singing nothing but damn. See, because reggaeton is just R&B.
Right.
Well, over dance music.
Right.
They're always singing about something sexual, right? They're not singing rap. It's, you know, a lot of times it's not rap. You know what I mean? So, you know, once again, them too. They don't get away from it too. All this music is filthy, and we're going to go touch on that. But before we go there, Matthew 15 and 18.
Matthew chapter 15 and verse 18.
Go ahead.
But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart.
So I'm writing from my heart all the miserable things I feel.
All right.
I'm writing the anger, the pride, the resentment, the hatred, right? My lust, my doubt. I'm putting that all on paper, and it's not righteous.
Right.
See, it's not like when you go to Psalms. Go to Psalms and read the Psalms that David prayed.
Right.
You know what I mean? That Solomon prayed. They were praying to the Most High, rejoicing. You know, tones and words that keep you in a righteous mind.
Right.
You know, when we go through these lyrics, they're not singing about that. Your kids are reciting this, man.
Right. Yeah, David, you read Psalm 73, he's talking about where he almost slipped and then how he overcame.
There you go.
You know what I mean? His whole song ain't just one depressing ass story. You know what I mean? My girl left me, the end. You know what I mean? Like the one we about to do, these hoes ain't loyal. Like,
Right.
The whole song is these hoes ain't loyal. Like,
Right.
It's a hoe. You
Right.
didn't know that from the jump.
Right.
They're not gonna be loyal. They're hoes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that should have been the end of the song. And then what did you do to overcome that?
Right. read on. We're gonna go there. Hold on. Read that.
But those things which proceed out of the mouth come forth from the heart.
See, these thoughts come from miserable hearts.
Right.
They come from miserable, wicked hearts, wicked minds. And it's not talking about the physical heart because that only pumps blood.
Right.
It's talking about your mind. Go ahead.
And they defile the man.
They what?
Defile the man.
But what defiles for man? Read on. Check this out.
For out of the heart
For out of the mind, go ahead.
proceed evil thoughts.
See? And this is why he said the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual.
Right.
See, we had to have spiritual weapons. This word taps into the spirit, the unseen, because the white man, America, learned how to tap into those frequencies that are spiritual.
Right.
See, that's why they didn't need the chains anymore, because they understood this 60, 70, 80 years back.
Oh yeah.
They understood this. Well, that's what people don't understand. Like, you thought they were just going to let us out of the chains and that's it?
Right.
No, man, they figured out a way to tap into, to keep you a slave, but spiritually, which they can keep you to your dead
Yeah.
slave.
You can see it step by step. I mean, as soon as you got equality, who was big? Disney.
There you go.
Disney started programming your kids. Disney started putting all the hopeful songs and everything like that. And then as they grew up the characters,
Yeah.
as they grew up the people in the Mickey Mouse Club and everything
Right.
like that, what are they doing? They're Ariana Grande or they're Britney Spears,
Right.
Or they're this slut number 3 in the video. You know what I mean? That's just
Christina Aguilera.
this chick Miley Cyrus is
Right.
sitting up there talking about eat
What-
my, you know?
Right.
Right.
With the now she's a lesbian, but with the cartoons.
Yeah.
See, so they attacked you physically, mentally. They attack you mentally,
Right.
spiritually, right?
Yeah. Every step of the way, every step of your growth.
Every step of the
You know what
way.
I mean, they let you grow up with these characters and then turn them into sluts right in front of you. Turn them into so-called gangsters right in front of you.
So the
Justin
young girls
Bieber's
that
getting
grew up with them,
pornos,
I
right?
want to be just like her.
There you go.
You know what I
That's
mean?
because you became middle class, because you're not a slave no more.
Right.
No, now you're middle class. So you want to watch nice, wholesome things like the white man watches.
Right.
So now I'm sitting my kids down to Disney. You know what I
Wow.
mean? You used to have to pay for Disney Channel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now
And
I'm
you-
sitting them down to
They're
Disney.
being educated
Right.
with Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna grown them up to be the little slut you see on TV.
Right,
Then she's
exactly.
Like, man, I hope she do dress like that, so I kick her in her teeth. And you
Right.
look left, and there she is in the mini skirt.
There she is in the
There she
mini
is
skirt.
talking about having
And
no
she's
girlfriend.
battling you.
Right.
Because why? You're at odds.
Yeah.
You're thinking in the spiritual mind. She's thinking, I want to be like Britney Spears. But she didn't know that.
Right.
She didn't know that because all she is doing is being programmed by these TVs and media.
Yeah.
Right? So read on.
For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts.
Read.
Murders.
Read.
Adulterers.
What are we going to read about?
Adulterers.
Right. What are we going to read about?
Adulterers.
Read.
Fornication.
This is what this is their lyrics.
Right.
Murderers, fornicator. We're not going over hip hop tonight, but when we do it, they're going to be talking about fornicating, murders, right? Go ahead.
Thieves.
What?
Thieves.
Read.
False witness.
Read.
Blasphemies.
Read.
But these are the things which defile a man.
Yeah, and these are already in man.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a man that can't control and cast out these thoughts, you understand, he's given himself. You want to talk about Illuminati.
Right.
Forget Illuminati. Let's go to who the Illuminati worships, the devil.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is the unseen.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when these demons get a hold on you, that's what, once again, why do you think one day you just feel, yeah, I'm so emotional, I'm going to just kill myself?
Right.
Like, and a lot of them don't mean it.
Yeah.
That's why, you know, like the brother, you see the brother in Houston that he was going to commit suicide by lighting himself on fire. You know, and the cops end up, trying to get him. He jumps in the car and lights it on fire. This little gay guy starts screaming. You didn't realize you were committing suicide by a fire.
Right.
You were gonna burn yourself up. He was trying to get that fire off him when it lit on his butt.
Right. Reality caught up.
Yeah,
Right.
reality
This
caught
ain't
in.
What I seen on Disney.
but he's seen this on TV.
Right.
You know what I mean? He thinking if the monk did it, you know what I mean?
Right.
I can do it and not feel no pain, man. But these things come from the mind of negative, evil people. Now let's check this out. Let's go into these lyrics. We're talking about once again, which is what's the name of the song?
These hoes ain't loyal.
These hoes ain't loyal. Now we're not gonna read the part where Little Rat raps, because we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into rap, but we want to deal with R&B. And the reason why I wanted to touch on R&B is because a lot of people think R&B is harmless.
Yeah.
It's not rap. Yeah, rap. They're talking about this. They're talking about that. Well,
break down the words, it's rhythm and blues.
right. There is no rhythm,
Right.
and there is no blues, because the rhythm they're dealing with is a subspecies rhythm. It's
Right.
like you said when talking about the tones.
They kept the blues.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. They kept the
all the blues means is you're down.
Right.
You're mourning. You're in depression.
Right.
You're mourning.
I thought it was rhythm and bullshit.
Right.
I don't think they kept the blues, but what it says, when a rich nigga want you, and I'm reading the lyrics, and your nigga can't do nothing for you, these hoes are loyal. Now, once right there, when a rich nigga wants you, and your nigga can't do nothing for you. So think about where Chris Brown, let's talk about this. Where did Chris Brown come from? You got to think about this, brothers and sisters. Chris Brown came from the hood. He came from the ghettos.
Right.
Now what is he promoting?
Same stuff.
Nigga, when I got rich,
Right.
and you bum niggas that don't got nothing, because me, I can sing a little more.
Right.
Now I'm going to crap on my people.
Right.
And when I'm gonna ride up on you on the Lambo, and I don't care about adultery. I don't care about sleeping with your woman. And this is really the gist of his whole song here. It says, just got rich. Check this out. Took a broke nigga's BI, right? Listen to this. Took a broke nigga's BI. I can make a broke BI rich. All this is about money and taking this other man's woman.
Right.
You got to think about it. What hurt this little dude, little Chris Brown, innocent Chris Brown, you know what I mean, that just wanted to sing. Now he thinks he's a blood.
Right.
Now he thinks he's a killer, right? You understand? And all he wants to do is take your woman.
Right.
And show that you're nothing. Hey, you that bought this album, you broke ass.
Right.
I'm going to sleep with your woman, and you can't do nothing because I'm teaching her to admire money and fame and power
Right.
more than righteousness.
Right.
You understand? Check this out. Got a white girl with some fake tits. I took her to the bay with me, eyes closed, smoking marijuana. Once again, drugs, right? Rolling up the Bob Marley. I'm a rock star. She want to do drugs, smoke some weed, get drunk. She want to see a nigga trap. She want to all the rappers. She want to bang all the rappers, right?
Wow.
So now,
So you got to that level of richness. This was a loser song to me because he got to this level of richness. He still had to drug the chick up to get with her. He still had to take another dude's girl. He couldn't get his own, so he's eating where another man spit, literally. And then he's got her drugged up, and she's still banging other guys. Like, I took your girl. She's supposed to be loyal to me because I got the money, power, and drugs, but she's still banging other rappers.
let me come back.
I still can't be a man.
When a rich nigga wants you, listen to the theme.
Right.
When a rich nigga wants you, and your nigga can't do nothing for you.
Right. That's the hook.
That's the hook.
To make you feel guilty.
Yeah, you're broke as hell, nigga. So what are you gonna do?
Right.
I'm a trap. I'm a sell drugs. I'm a kill.
Right.
I'm gonna do all I can. So when I get in the position, I can sing about people that were like me and stomp on them and crap on them, because when a rich nigga wants some, he can get it.
If they knew better, they knew that they were just trying to put their people back in a curse mode.
There you go.
'Cause when you go to, if I can get this real quick.
Yes, sir.
Some of the stuff I pulled from the lyrics, but
Yes,
Deuteronomy
sir.
28 and 30. And so a lot of y'all know we went through these curses. When you read Deuteronomy 1 and 1, we find out that these curses were set on the people of Israel, the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, through to the so-called Mexicans. These curses that these guys are rapping about and trying to put you in that mind state of, you were supposed to be getting out from them. These are curses that happen for disobeying the Most High.
Right.
And this is one of the main ones. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife,
Right.
and another man shall lie with her.
Right. Took a broke nigga bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is what he's doing. He's basically perpetuating that curse on you, the consumer.
Right.
Right. The one that bought his CD. He's talking to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt build an house.
So you're going to get with a woman and another man's going to lie with her. He's making this popular. He's trying
Right.
to make this the greatest thing that you could ever do.
That's why I said the Illuminati don't have to sit here with him.
Right.
Because these demons already got a hold of his mind.
Right.
And the theme is get money, get money. And that's why the Most High said, hardly can a rich man enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Because go tell Chris Brown, man, listen, bro, you need to humble yourself under Christ and stop talking about and calling our woman that.
Right.
Stop teaching our people these things.
Right.
He will look at you like, nigga, you're crazy.
Yeah.
This is what's getting me paid.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
It's sad, man. It's sad. And that's the thing is he let the programming get to him. All the rappers before him programmed him to be what he is and programmed him into that misery, man.
You thought this was all rap. This is R&B.
Yeah, this is so-called R&B. Yeah.
So-called R&B, right? You got something else or that's it?
Oh, there's a lot more.
Okay, let me go on in here.
Yeah.
Black girl with a big booty. If she a bad bee, let her let's get to it right away. Where? We up in this club. Bring me the bottles. I know girl that you come in this BI with your man. Listen, that's why it says adulteries, murders.
Right.
Listen, I know you in the club with your man, right? I know you. I know you came in. That you came in this BI with your man. That's a no, girl.
Right.
All this money in the air. I want to see you dance.
Right.
So I want to. First of all, with this adulterous spirit, I don't want to find any other girl. I want the ones that got men.
Right. Yeah. Right. The next rapper comes
because
in,
I like
put a
sloppy
ring back
seconds.
on.
I'm sorry.
No, the next rapper comes in, tells her to put a ring back on before she leave.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I purposely went for the one that another man skeeted in. Another one, I'm playing slip and slide after another guy. You know what I mean? That's what I'm going for. Like this filth. And how are people the biggest people that got AIDS? How are people the biggest ones that got gonorrhea and syphilis and every other STD? Because of dumbass lyrics like this.
You have to ask yourself, man. Dude, you were broke. How the heck could you shit on your people like this?
Yeah.
How could you make a song like this? Just got rich, took a broke nigga's...
Right.
Right? I can make a broke rich, but I don't... What broke?
Right.
I mean, I had to edit the whole, you know what I mean?
But you do, because you took a broke niggas. Right. You do mess with them, man.
Right.
When a rich nigga wants you, and your nigga can't do nothing for you.
Right.
You know, these are the lyrics, man. Now, we don't got time to go down in all of them, Mark, because we only got 15 minutes left. I want to get out the rest of the scriptures, but what do you have on that?
Just on this one, Deuteronomy 22 and verse 22.
Deuteronomy
Right.
chapter 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die.
Okay, so the scriptures tell you the wages of sin is death. This one told you if you found lying with another woman
Wow.
with a man,
Right.
you shall both be put to death.
Right.
So what are our rappers trying to lead you into? What are our leaders, our so-called rap stars, our R&B stars? What are they trying to lead you into? They're trying to lead you into death. Now, who gave them that position? Why isn't the conscious rapper?
Right.
Why isn't he as big time? Why was the song Happy? Why was that song all of a sudden a problem with people? Like, oh, stop playing it on the radio. Oh,
Right.
Because you're miserable. You want to hear your own misery being echoed back to you. And now, what makes you feel good is that, okay, now when I hear this cat's taking my woman, now I understand why my woman left me.
Right.
Like, oh, she must have left for the money. No, she left because you didn't have no damn wisdom.
Right. There you go.
Because you didn't know how to be a real trap star and trap her and put a hedge around her.
Right.
And show her in her mind how not to be a whore.
Right. Ooh.
Right.
Ooh, you want to go deep, huh? Go ahead.
You were led too far astray from the things that cause life.
Right.
And you were led into the things that cause death.
Right.
And that's the people that are pulling the strings for Chris Brown.
Right, right.
Those are the people controlling the soundboards that program you to death.
Right. Amos 5 verse 21. And I want you to, while he gets Amos 5:21, I want you to play this video real quick. Let's see if we can get these out. Go ahead. Play this video real quick because these are going to show you how music affects us psychologically. This is a real good, the whole thing you brothers and sisters need to see. But go ahead and play that part real quick.
Did you know that every time musicians pick up their instruments, there are fireworks going off all over their brain? On the outside, they may look calm and focused, reading the music and making the precise and practiced movements required. But inside their brains, there's a party going on. How do we know this? Well, in the last few decades, neuroscientists have made enormous breakthroughs in understanding how our brains work by monitoring them in real time.
Right. Now, you have to cipher. Go ahead and stop that. You have to cipher through this because in the last few decades, they knew about this way back.
Right.
They didn't need machines to know about this. See, you got to cipher through the white man's lies. Okay, read Amos 5, verse 21.
Amos chapter 5 and 21.
Right?
I hate, I despise.
I'm sorry, Amos 5:23.
Amos chapter 5 verse 23.
Go ahead.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
That's what this is noise.
Right.
But this noise is psychologically affecting our people.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to what this guy said about how music affects our mind. You know, they go on to tell you that all these things, you know, whether playing music and listening to music, it moves part of your brain and affects part of your brain that usually doesn't, you know, get affected.
Right.
This is from music.
Right.
This is from tones.
Yeah.
Right? What did the Most High say?
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
Right.
For I will not hear the melodies of thy voice.
Right. Now, what noise is he talking about? Yes, back then in the ancient days, we got into the same customs. Right. You know what I mean? It probably was as filthy as what it is now. Right. You know, and to the point to where he's talking about adultery. I want to take your woman, promoted money. Right? You're talking about Baphomet. You're talking about all these other rap songs, homosexuality, right? The homosexual rappers.
Right.
These are the things that's tinkling in our people's brain.
Yeah.
And what they're thinking about.
Yeah. And it's another part of the curse, man.
Right.
I don't know if you were done with that scripture, but
Yeah.
on Psalms 137, David already prophesied what was going to happen to us. If you can
Go there
real quick. But just read straight through it. It's pretty short. Psalms chapter 137.
Yeah, and then we're going to get the second video after he does this one right here.
Psalms chapter 137.
Uh-huh.
By the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, yea, we wept.
Right, and if you don't know that this is Babylon, this is going to show you. Go ahead.
When we remembered Zion,
Go ahead.
we hung up our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof.
Right.
So we hung up our harps, the 432 hertz music, the good, calming, soothing music that used to get spirits out of people. We hung that up.
Right.
Go ahead.
For they carried us away captive, required of us a song.
See, the people that carried us away captive, America, they require of us. You don't make money off of being the smart guy. Nobody blows up the Twitter account of the 5-year-old that graduated college.
Right,
Nobody blows up his Twitter account.
Right.
Nobody gives a damn about what he's doing on Pinterest or Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
Nobody cares about that guy. But when you get that song that the massa requires of you, now all of a sudden everybody wants to know about you.
Right,
When you start singing your songs. Go ahead.
Right.
And they that wasted us required of us mirth.
See, and you went and enslaved us, put us in the ghettos, in the slums. You did all this stuff, and now you want us to be happy.
Right.
It's like that's what they want in the music industry. The powers that be, these Khazars, the so-called Jews,
Right.
they run in this industry, and they putting these black men, black women
Right.
out there to sing the songs of Zion,
Right.
to sing our psalms,
Right.
the stuff where we was in misery but overcame. They don't want to hear the overcome part.
Right. No.
Right. But you can read through that, as you go home. But I just wanted that main part was that they required of you a song when they put you in slavery. That's what you're in right now.
Right. Go back. So real quick, just read that Amos 5. Read that Amos 5 verse 23 real quick. Then we're gonna go to 2 Kings and 2 Kings 3 verse 13. Read that.
Amos 5 and 23.
Read.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
And that's when you deal with these rappers, when you deal with these R&B singers, you find out that this is all noise, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you go back to Beethoven, Mozart,
Right.
Socrates, you find out that these music, you know what I mean, they were more in tuned.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? And not so much into the negative. You know, it did start to get there too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it did start to get there too, because if you listen to some of that, you know what I mean, they tapped into those different tones and waves also.
Right, right.
But these are the things that we played back in the ancient days.
Right.
And not only did we use these things to connect to the Most High, we use them to soothe our spirit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But read that 2 Kings 3 verse 13, and you're going to read as fast as you can to try to get this out here. But we're going to find out something about this music. Go ahead, read.
2 Kings 3 and 13.
Read.
And Elisha said unto the king of Israel,
Uh-huh.
What have I to do with thee?
Right?
Get thee to the prophets of thy father.
Read.
And to the prophets of thy mother. And the king of Israel said unto them, Nay, for the Lord hath called these 3 kings together.
Right.
To deliver them into the hand of Moab.
Right.
And Elisha said, As the Lord of hosts liveth, before whom I stand, surely, were it not that I regard the presence of Jehoshaphat,
Right.
the king of Judea,
Right.
I would not look toward thee, nor see thee.
Right. I would not be here unless it were for Jehoshaphat, you know, I'm the king of Judah.
Right, right.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But now bring me a minstrel.
Bring me a what?
A minstrel.
A what?
A minstrel.
Now, these what we used back in the days,
Right.
The cymbals, the minstrels, the harps,
Right, right.
right? You know, which like High Priest Yeshua was edifying also was a form of guitar, right? Some guitars are used as the minstrels, right?
Right. They were singing, play the guitar. For
There you go.
Right.
Right. Go ahead.
But now bring me.
Let's see what happened with these minstrels. Let's see if they was talking about, I'm gonna take your woman. These hoes ain't loyal, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. But now bring me a minstrel. And it came to pass, when the minstrel played, that the hand of the Most High came upon him.
You think the hand of the Most High is coming upon these wicked ass niggas speaking this wickedness? No, man. But look at what music was supposed to do.
Right, right.
Music was supposed to soothe our spirit.
Right.
It was supposed to connect us more with the Most High.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when you read, I have so many more scriptures, but what David, he had a big symphony.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't what they were doing in these churches either, jumping around and foaming at the mouth. They were actually praying and giving praise to the Most High.
Right.
Right? Go ahead, read on.
Verse 16. And he said, Thus saith the Lord, make this valley full of ditches.
Right.
For thus saith the Lord, ye shall not see wind, neither shall ye see rain.
Go ahead.
Yet that valley shall be filled with water.
Right.
That ye may drink both ye and your cattle and your beasts.
So what happened when he brought the musician with the minstrel is that the words started to, the tones, the sounds started to almost prophesy as a voice. You understand?
Right, right.
This is what music was supposed to do. But guess what? It is doing that now, but on a negative level.
Right.
That's why, that when you go and listen, and rewind some of this music, a lot of it, they made up the rewind, but a lot of it actually has that negative tone in it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where you can hear Satan in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the poets of old used to say that, music have charms to soothe the savage breast. You know what I mean?
Wow.
It used to calm you down.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you see that in David's time. He sat there and played the harp for Saul. You know what I mean? You see that here. That he called the minstrel to play. Now, Esau, they done turned the world upside down. Man. They done turned it to where, okay, now we know it has an effect on the mind.
Right.
So let's change it. Let's make people crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? Let's make people want to kill each other and think it's romantic.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? That's why that nigga was screaming in the back of that car, because they romanticize killing yourself.
Right, right.
They romanticize killing another brother.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? You all cool and manly until you shoot a brother in the stomach and you hear that bitch scream come out of him.
Right,
Excuse my
right.
French. But when you hear that, and he start crying for his mommy, then your heartstrings get pulled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the reality hits you.
Right, right. And that's when he comes here. Put it in a little louder. She was riding it in the hoot. F the B.I. I got my own. I got my own hoe. F your weed. I got my own smoke. Had to put my mink back on. Tell that B.I. put her ring back on Montana. Like, listen to this, man. This is filthy, man.
Right.
Go to read that. First Chronicles 25 verse 1.
First Chronicles chapter 25 and verse 1.
Read.
Moreover, David and the captains of the hosts separated to the service of the sons of S.O.W. And of Heman and of Jeduthun, who should prophesy with harps.
They what?
Prophesy with harps.
They were what?
Prophesy with harps.
Listen, they weren't just playing music. This music was so much in tune with the Most High that it was like you were speaking the word of the Most High. Wow. You think that music these days are meant for that or ever touch that? No, man. Go ahead.
Who should prophesy with harps and with psalteries.
And go ahead.
And with cymbals.
And with cymbals. So, see, go ahead.
And the number of the workmen according to their service was of the sons of S.O.W.
Right. Now, then it goes down. So, this is what music was used for. Wow. You know what I mean? It was to rejoice us. It was to make us happy. Right. Go to your Apocrypha real quick. Let's see if we can get this one out. Ecclesiastes 32, verse 4. So, when you look at this music today, they don't make you happy. Right. And you think it does because you're drinking and you're high as hell, right? But later on, what happens? That music, it pierced through the drugs. It pierced through the liquor, and now you did what? You're sitting there and you're thinking like that.
Right. And I don't mean to correct you, but it actually joined with those because you're drinking.
There you go.
That's
Perfect.
A depressant.
Perfect.
You're smoking.
No.
That's a depressant.
There you go.
And now you got the depressing music.
It joined with
the
it.
Depressant frequency in the background.
No, that's right. That's right.
Ecclesiastes chapter 32 and verse 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this one out. Go ahead.
Pour not out words where there is a musician.
Yeah, and the scripture is showing you that when you're in front of true musicians,
right.
You're not yelling around, jumping around like a monkey and screaming out. Right. You're really sitting there. You know, you go to the symphony. You know, you're sitting there and you're taking in the music and you're letting the music, you know, do its theme.
Right.
True musicians, they're not. These rappers ain't musicians, man.
Yeah.
Kanye West said he's the greatest rock star ever. You know what I mean? It's like, nigga. You understand? You got to think about this. These guys really think they're tapping into music and they're not saying anything.
Right.
You know, go ahead.
Verse 5. Still verse 4.
Right.
And show not forth wisdom out of time.
Right, read on.
A concert of music in a banquet of wine is a signet of carbuncles set in gold.
Right, so real music, once again, real music. Right, with wine. It's like gold, right? It's like a signet of gold. Go ahead.
Verse 6, as a signet of an emerald set in a work of gold.
Right. So, you know, it's like an exquisite signet, you know, which the kings had to put his signature down, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's an exquisite look. It's exquisite feeling.
Right.
You know what I mean? As gold. When you look at our people, man, you think about that when you think about this. You think about, oh, that's exquisite. That's beautiful.
Well, you think of the instruments they don't even want to use anymore. The grand piano costs you $10,000.
There you go.
A used good harp will cost you $3,000.
Right.
Offer up, it's $3,000.
Right.
The harps are like $50,000.
Wow.
$100,000 for a good made harp.
Right.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to put you in this mode. It's not going to put you in. It's going to put you in a spiritual mode.
Right.
It's going to prophesy to you.
Right.
What you're listening to now is not meant to prophesy to you.
Right. And when we play these other videos, when we add these other videos, you're going to see that music has an effect on your mind. It has an effect on your thought process. It has an effect on your emotions.
Right.
You know, it has an effect on your intelligence and increasing and strengthening your brain.
With instruments like fMRI and PET scanners. When people are hooked up to these machines, tasks such as reading or doing math problems each have corresponding areas of the brain where activity can be observed. But when researchers got the participants to listen to music, they saw fireworks. Multiple areas of their brains were lighting up at once as they processed the sound, took it apart to understand elements like melody and rhythm, and then put it all back together into unified musical experience. And our brains do all this work in the split second between when we first hear the music and when our foot starts to tap along.
Ezekiel 26, verse 13. Let's end it on this one right here. Ezekiel 26, verse 13 here.
Ezekiel chapter 26, verse 13.
Uh-huh.
And I will cause the noise of thy songs to cease.
Yeah, the what?
The noise of thy songs.
Yeah, it's noise. This is what Most High said in Amos 5, verse 23. It's just noise. The Most High don't want to hear this ruckus. You think the Most High is happy? He's, you know, you got these rappers getting up there and thank the Most High, thank God. You know, he held, like, you know, for the award for a song about adultery, for award a song about suicide.
Right.
You know, look at how many awards Rihanna won.
Right.
Look at how many awards, and what was she singing about? Man, nothing but whoredom.